All right, let me get straight into it. The name of this lesson is going to be entitled, Let Me Clarify This. All right, or let me clarify something for you. All right, so what does this mean? All right, let me get straight into it. So, what the so called white man has done is made you hate yourself, hate your own people, so on and so forth, right? And a lot of times, brothers second guess themselves, brothers that got the spirit on them, you got to come out of that. Right? Because the truth is going to remain to be the truth. It ain't going to change. Just because we might use rough language don't mean it's not the truth. Just because you might not like certain things don't mean it's not the truth. Just because you're in your feelings on something don't mean it ain't the truth. The truth is going to always stand the test of time. And the Lord put it on our spirit to bring out the truth, whether you like it or not. It's just what it is. Either you're going to accept it or you're going to get rejected. All right. And most of our people are going to be rejected because the Lord don't want them. Right. So let's get into this whole lesson. But I was working on another lesson, then I went this way, right? The spirit moved like the wind. So Proverbs 8:15. It says the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge. And the ear, they ain't talking about your literal ear, right? And the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. So a person that is wise in the eyes of the Lord gonna seek out knowledge. I'm gonna break all this down through the spirit. So let me go here. So one of the stumbling blocks in the truth when you start to wake up is most of our people still got this. That's a slide. They still got this. Let me give me 1 second. They still got this imagery in their mind of a so-called man of God, right? And these are nothing but devils in suits, right? They think this is so-called man of God, right? And you people, been taken by the wiles of the devil, man. This is nothing but a lie. So the way we come across, right? Sometimes we come off a little harsh, but sometimes just harsh all the way. In our people mind, what they think is like, that ain't a man of God, right? He don't talk like that, but it go to show you that you people don't understand what the hell is going on, right? You think the way we come across is evil. That's what you've been engineered. The so-called white man condition your mind a certain way. But what profit? Let me ask you this. Remember, I'm gonna go to this scripture here. You have to be a wise woman, a man, to understand these sayings that we say through the spirit. It said Proverbs 18:15. It says the heart, which means the mind. It ain't talking about that muscle in your body that pumps blood throughout your body. Our people gotta stop being so simple-minded. It says the heart, which means the mind of the prudent, getteth knowledge. All right. And the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. So if you consider yourself a wise, and most of our people fools, man, they don't understand what's going on. And they're gonna stay in their condition. But none of the prophets, the men of the Lord, went to no seminary school. All right. I'm gonna prove that. Jeremiah 1:5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, this Jeremiah was a prophet. I think his Hebrew name was Jeremiah, something like that. I haven't went over those names in a minute, but his name was not Jeremiah. We just have to use this English so our people can understand, right? That's what we was brainwashed on, English. It says Jeremiah, which Jeremiah was a prophet, a Hebrew Israelite. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So let me break it down in layman's terms. Before Jeremiah was even born, the Lord knew his spirit, right? He already knew who he was. He already knew who he was going to be, what he was going to do. The same with us. And before thee came as out forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. So before Jeremiah was born, the Lord already sanctified him to be a prophet, right? Check this out. And I ordained, I want you to pay attention to that word, thee a prophet unto the nation. So before Jeremiah was even born, the Most High knew his spirit, which his spirit was, our spirit sits in these bodies, right? And before he was born, the Lord knew exactly what he was going to be doing. He was going to be a prophet and bring out the gospel to the nation of Israel, right? Before he was even born, he didn't go to no seminary school. He didn't go get ordained by the state. That's what you people don't understand. Right here. It says how to become an ordained minister. So this already built inside of us. We don't need to go to no seminary or no theologian school to get taught. The Lord already ordained us to do this. All right. And he ordained everybody else to do what they do. The Lord sets this up, not no seminary college or no seminary school or theologian school. All right. See, look at this. It said pursue a career in Christianity ministry with a degree in religion. All right. And look, let me say it like this too, to give you some deeper understanding. It's some brothers in this truth that were so-called pastors, right? But the Spirit quickened them, made them alive, come out of that madness, and now they teach the truth, right? So you got brothers coming from all different walks of life. You got brothers that was on their way to the NFL, they gave it up, they dropped it all, right? You had brothers that was pursuing high-level careers in the world, dropped it all, right? To pursue this truth, to focus only on this truth. That's what you people don't understand. You don't understand the work that we have put in. There's brothers that have been consistently studying every day, right? For years, man. You can't fathom that. Me, myself, I'm going to speak for myself. Right, when I first came to the truth, I was studying. When I would get off work, I would study. Pretty much, I was obsessed, right? And I'm still obsessed with the truth. But I studied every single day for the most. I can't really remember too many days that I didn't study, that I didn't go, it's like we going to a college, man, going to get our PhD so you can understand it in a worldly sense, right? But sometimes we got to use the world to break things down to you so you can get what we're saying, right? But this all through the Spirit. Let's go here. Let's go to this scripture here. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. See, what our people think study mean is just like they read the Bible once a week, right? And they don't have no understanding. That's lazy. That's being completely incompetent, man. Right? And that's what our people mind, because they be half-ass doing stuff. Right? Speaking for myself, I was, still study pretty much every day. I've been doing this for about 7 years, man. All right, 7.5 years, give or take. All right, study pretty much every single day. That's what study really is. It ain't just read the Bible for one time a week or one time a month. You people don't know nothing. Study like you would be going to college to be a doctor. That's the analogy I want you to understand. That's intense. That's every day for the most. It says, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And that's what you people don't understand, that we put that work in consistently. You don't get that. People think we just a bunch of so-called angry Black, Hispanic, and Native American men that picked up the Bible. We learned a few scriptures and we using that to vent against the so-called white man. You got to be fucking stupid to believe that. But that's what most of you people believe, right? We put this work in over here. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And there's many things to study. It ain't just studying the Bible. We study words. We study, archaeology. It's innumerable the things that we go into, right? That's what you don't understand. A workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly. So the reason why we rigorously study? Rightly dividing the word of truth so we can give you the truth. All right, completely, directly, with nothing, no confusion, no lies mixed in. It's all truth, right? That's why you got to go hard body. I'm just saying, if you're gonna be teaching, and if you're learning as well, let's go to this word study, so I can kind of give you a better understanding of this process. All right, he says study. It says the devotion of time and attention. I want you to listen up to this. The devotion of time and attention to acquiring knowledge of academic subject, right? So the devotion of time and attention to acquiring knowledge, right? So this is time and attention to detail. And this has to be done consistently to see growth, right? But the Spirit is working with us, right? As well. That's something that we can't even understand. And you have to be consistent. All right. So when you study, you ain't just studying the Bible. You studying many other things too that intertwine within the Bible to give you a better understanding. You have to go look up maps, documentaries, right, to see where these lands were located. You have to understand words. You have to understand the how can I say it, like the figures of speech, because the Bible has its own figures of speech, right? And that's a whole nother vast area of understanding, right? Like we have figures of speech in this language. So that's to get the better understanding what the Lord is talking about. A lot of times you have to understand those figures of speech, understand what was the customs back in that day, what was the laws, what was this empire doing. It's a lot of different things, man. But you have to be consistent. And a lot of these people in this world just not consistent. This is a instant gratification society, right? And when people they can't get nothing, that's why they got the TikToks and the YouTube shorts and things like that, so they can shorten up your attention span, so you can be completely submerged up under this madness. It says consistent. It says acting or done in the same way over time. You keep seeing this word time, right? You have to put time in. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. A lot of these people, they try to study us, right? Really, they trying to study the spirit of the Lord. They can't comprehend it, so they just start bugging out, coming up with all kind of madness in these doctrines. And our people don't, they simple mind don't understand what the hell is going on, so they fall for this stuff because they think we're a bunch of so-called angry black men that don't have no knowledge, don't know what we talking about. All right, we might know a few things, right? That's what our people think. They probably know a few things, but they ain't on no level. People don't know what's going on, man. Again, you don't know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the spirit of the Lord. It says consistent, acting or done in the same way over time, right? That's not going to change, right? And this turns into the attention to detail. I put the attention to detail, and that's something that we have an eye for through the spirit. We can see certain things that people can't see. It says attention to detail is the ability to complete a task while demonstrating a thorough concern for all the areas involved, no matter how small. You hear this? So we go all into it. Me myself, I get all into it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can thoroughly go through this stuff, and so it could be taught correctly and directly. That's it. It's to edify the body. Let's go here. It says James 2:26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead. So you have to put work in. And what is one of these works? Studying consistently and paying and putting that time in and attention to detail. All these things really matter. Like we spiritual detectives. You're supposed to be combing up all ain't nothing too small not to go into. Right? All this is gonna advance your understanding. And then the spirit can work with you a lot more, right? Because faith without works is dead. Because the spirit, we can call on the spirit all day, right? Right? Say we got the spirit on us, but the Lord saying, let me correct that. Let me check you on that. So right here, James 2:26, whereas the body without the spirit is dead. So faith without works, you Christians walk around here quoting all kind of Bible scriptures that you have no knowledge out of. You in this nice spirit, right? You think being nice is just what the whole Bible is all about. You people don't have no understanding, but that nice spirit comes from the so-called way man plantation Christianity. They ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. And you simple-minded people, all right? And you think you could just say, I got faith and that's it. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to put no work in, but you got to say you got faith. I believe in Jesus Christ. And that's it. You fucking stupid. So faith without works is dead. You have to put works in, right? And part of this works as well is keeping those statutes, laws, commandments to the best of your abilities. You can't say the law is done away with. You can't go into no kind of madness, right? You have to be stable-minded, right? But I think I'm going to call a lesson on that call, Halal, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachak Wadah, Shalom.